Hey everyone, welcome to Parrots. It's me and Grayson. Okay, I love you too. Okay. Grayson is 6 this year. In June, he turned 6. I just wanted to discuss one little thing. I always have a lot of people saying that their African Greys are afraid of... Sorry, let me change the camera. The African Greys are afraid of everything. So they'll put a new toy in the cage. The African Grey will be scared of it, won't approach it, blah, blah, blah. You know, those type of things. That is definitely true. Your African Grey can definitely turn out like that. However, if you guys are anything like me, with Grayson, I change his cage once a week. I change around everything at least once a week. Even down to where the cage is situated. As you guys can see, it's right here beside me. So I'll change it once a week. And I make sure to do that because even if I don't have no new toys to give him, just switching around the toys positions helps. If you leave their cage the same way all the time, then that's what they expect. For everything to always stay the same. I also do not follow a schedule with Grayson. When I wake up, I train him, I give him breakfast. You know, but there's not like every day at 9 o'clock I get up and I feed him. Every day at 11 o'clock we go for a walk. Every day I don't keep a schedule. I'm always changing our schedule. I just make sure that certain things are like automatic. Like he always gets time out of the cage. He always gets training. He always obviously gets his fresh fruits and veggies. He always gets his pellets. Like I make sure that he always gets certain things, but hold on. Let me get him on the fridge. Sorry, he flew on top of the fridge. So for Grayson, he's always constantly getting things, but I don't keep a pattern. Sorry. It was my fingers. It's sorry, Grayson. I'm sorry. Don't chase it. So I don't keep a pattern. For him, everything for me, for Grayson, is ever changing, always changing, and everything like that. And that is just a way to help your parrot not be a very phobic bird. Like, oh, there's certain times that, like, say if I come down with a big new vacuum or something, yeah, he's gonna be scared of it, right? He might be like, oh my God, what's that? But it's not, she's singing the alphabets. It's not, everything. Like I put new toys in Grayson's cage every week or anytime I have a new toy, and I switch around his cage every week, everything like that. And I can tell you automatically Grayson's not one of those birds that are gonna sit there and be like, he's not that bird. He is the one of the birds that are gonna be like, yeah, this is new, what's this, what's that? That's Grayson. And he's made a mess with his seeds. This is the problem with training. The seeds, I hate the mess with the seeds. But whatever. How'd you know there were seeds still left in there? How'd you know? Where you going? So that's the number one thing. I don't know what else I did to make him not be like a complete phobic type of bird. I just always focused on changing his environment, changing his cage, changing his toys, changing, not keeping a schedule. That's all that I focused on with him. And our life circumstances have changed. And this is why I say a lot of people will come, oh my gosh. So I see a lot of ads like on Kijiji or something, and they'll say, oh, I'm rehoming my bird because I got pregnant, or we're adding another addition to the family and we realize we won't have time for the bird or whatever. Like everybody has different living situations. However, one of the main things that I've always said, even when I just got my very first bird, which was a Gala cockatoo, and I'll tell you guys that story in a different video. I always said no matter what changes in my life, unless it came to the point where I couldn't, like I just couldn't take care of them, like I couldn't afford them, I couldn't pay for them, like I couldn't buy them food or something, that's the only time I would ever consider, okay, maybe I have to give them up. But if that's not the case, I said there's no way I'm giving them up. So when I first got my 2 parrots, which was a Gala cockatoo and then Grayson, the African Grey, I only had my son. And since then, I've had my son. I've done surrogacy, which I've given birth to 2 twins. They weren't mine. They were the mother's and father's. I just incubated the babies. I've had my 2 daughters, and I've had another boy. And we went through different parrots where unfortunately Lola's passed and went on. We had Piper, who you guys know we lost. You know, and then we have everybody else like Kodak, Parade, Ringo, Rasta, like, you know, so we've expanded our flock greatly, and Grayson's been here through all of those changes. So that's all I could suggest, guys. If you guys want to avoid having a phobic bird, you have to start from the very beginning. And if you don't start from the very beginning, you may get a phobic bird as it gets older. But I'm sure, like I always say, no matter what the age is, even for us, no matter what age we are, we can always learn. We can always change. It may just be harder because you're more set in your ways as you get older. But you can always definitely make a difference. You know, Grayson, you left me. You left me to talk about myself. I'm talking about all the changes that we went through. All the changes that we went through in the past couple of years since you've been here. Do you remember Lola? And all the new babies that are here and everything like that? You want to talk about it? You don't want to talk about it? You're going to stay serious-faced? Anyhow, guys, that's what I'm just saying. So I don't know how to really and truly avoid a phobic bird, but that is my suggestion on how to do it, because that is how I feel. I feel like that is how I avoided Grayson being a scaredy cat. And he still gets scared, but he's not one to you know, thrash around in his cage and, you know, do all that. And he's not scared. When I put anything in his cage, he's not afraid of anything that I put in his cage. He automatically goes to approach it. I've never had him shy away from a new toy. He's went to the new toy automatically. There was no waiting, no 30 minutes, no an hour, nothing. Grayson automatically is like, what's that? What's that? He's a very inquisitive bird. Very inquisitive. And that's the only way I can say for African Greys. I think that's the only real suggestion I can give to how to avoid getting a phobic bird. Yeah, that's my main thing. That's it, guys. Change up the cage. Change up the cage as much as you possibly can. Not every day. I think that's a little drastic. But once a week was definitely good for us. And I still do that to this day, 6 years later. And I'm still changing his cage once a week. Even if you have no new toys, guys. Even if you have no new toys, still turn around and switch up the toys that are there.